And we're live. Hi
We're
everyone.
live.
Yep,
Oh,
siamo in onda.
hello, my friend. Ciao, Karl.
Ciao
Hello,
Max, how
everyone.
are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. I'm not great. I'm quite sick again, as usual. But no, I'm great. I'm great. I'm very happy and glad that you asked me for this live stream tonight. It's a pleasure. It's blessed.
It's been something I've been wanting to do for some time because you're one of the first YouTubers that I got in touch with before when I started the channel. So I think we've been chatting on and off for some time now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Well, I think few years now,
yeah,
maybe.
about 3 years now, I think. Yeah. So let's just say hello to the people in the chat, and then I'm going to start to ask you about some questions about yourself. Okay?
Okay. First of all, look.
Ah, I'm getting.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I have some. Yeah, but few. Okay. Yeah.
Bald brothers.
Yes, of course. Time flies. Time
It
flies.
does. It does. So let's see. Hello to Charlene. Hello to Lawrence Davies. Hello to Dungeon Matron. Campaign Terrain. Good to see you. And Weirdstone here. I think everyone is here to see you today.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, I think people are missing you because you've been away from YouTube for a long time now.
Yes, yes. Sadly. Luckily, from one side. On the other hand, sadly, because I'm actually not crafting. Now it's almost 1 year that I'm actually not, applying my techniques in crafting and doing pieces and stuff. Because everybody knows now that basically I had a big move of my house. I need to close the first studio, and then I was without anything for craft and stuff. Then we actually have a good house. I'm very happy about that. But it's taking forever for a start, and the new studio is great, but it's a long way to be finished. Uh, in the last year is like every video is like, sorry guys, I'm late. Yes, you know what? I'm late. I'm late again.
But still, I think you did a few videos where you were building the studio, which were really interesting. That was some very good ideas in there.
Yes, yes. I'm actually for my Patreon, for my Patreon supporter. I actually have this journey, this diary about the construction, the building of the new studio. It's nice because they are actually sustaining me all this time, and you also are one of my best supporters. So yeah, it's the minimum that I can do for you, for them. And yeah, but the plan is to restart big time, because I have a lot of ideas and stuff. I can't wait.
Yeah, and I think it's like you've been not crafting for a year, so you're like must craft, must craft.
Yes, yes. You know, you have this. Sometimes you have this problem about the inspiration. You are
Yeah.
stuck in inspiration, so you cannot continue crafting. I have the opposite problem. Now I have so many projects, and it's about. Wait, Charlie, Charlie, eat. I have a little friend. Come to visit. Ecco,
Oh,
Charlie, always with me, and my wife actually.
hello, Charlie.
Yeah. So I have the opposite problem. Now I have so many projects that I need to do, that the problem will be how to start. But it's great. Actually, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm sure. So, before we get to your future plans, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself, how you got started with tabletop gaming and crafting, and where did you start from?
Yeah. I started when I was 11. My best friend, Leonardo, actually, we are still in contact, but we don't see each other from many time now. And actually, I was 11, and he was my dungeon master for D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and was all about the theater of the mind. Of course, nothing was 3D, nothing, no miniatures. At that time was just the book and rules, and you just drop the dices, and that's what was that the beginning, the very beginning. I was 11, and we were all the time writing adventures and stuff. And a couple of 3 years later, Hero Quest just
Ooh.
came out, and that was like I was like, oh my god, I can touch my thing. You know, you have a library, you have tables, you have these miniatures. It was like a dream life come true, and that was actually the very beginning with Hero Quest. And my actually passion immediately switched on Warhammer Fantasy at the time, but not for painting minis. Still now, I'm a crappy painter of minis. Something I cannot do. I'm very ashamed when I show my pieces all the time. I try to put miniatures, but very, very far away from the object because you
Okay.
cannot see the bad painting. And but actually, I was in love with the terrain making immediately. And I start, with these little hills and then obstacles and then little houses, but made in cardboard, nothing more. I was very, very little. And but since then, I never stopped, basically. So once in a while, I always was there learning techniques and stuff. And still now, my channel is actually continue work in progress, and uh, trial and error stuff. I like to experiment with my viewers what I'm doing on the channel, basically. And all my pieces are the first and unique ones that I'm making. So it's always a first attempt at something. And since then, I never stopped, basically.
It's interesting because with many people I have talked to even on the channel, sometimes it's like they start when they're younger, then they take
Mm.
like a 10, 15-year break, and then they get back into it.
Yeah, actually, what was the same also for me.
Oh, all right.
What was the same because I had this like a little stop between the end of the high school and the beginning of the university. It's normal, I think, because so many stuff you have in your life all the time,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
sometimes you do. Yeah, and also another stuff that actually is very important is the space
Oh, yes, yes.
for craft. And
Especially in your case because you made some very large epic scaled pieces. Those,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a problem
We will be looking
all
at
the
them in
time.
a second.
Yeah, in the all the time it's a fight with my wife that is much more wiser than me. She's very wise and say, "My, why you are doing this? You cannot store that." And I all the time, no, I want to create a shelf, another one there, and then another one, and then another one. So the previous studio was like, you cannot breathe inside there,
There's more shelves than studio, yeah.
no, and this time I have a different plan for my new pieces actually. And you know that all the pieces that we will watch together
Hmm.
tonight, basically, they are no more in my house now,
Okay.
or so, because I give them away. I just for gift as some people that are playing stuff D&D and
All right.
Warhammer stuff. Yes, before the movement was impossible for me to keep everything for more than 1 year. It was very
Of
difficult.
course, I mean,
So I
moving
thought,
house is always very tricky, and if you have all those
yes,
things,
yes, it was always of course, difficult for normal stuff. You can imagine for this castle and stuff. So I made a lot of people happy.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Okay, in the meantime, Dungeon Matron and Cross from Campaign Terrain are saying hi to Charlie.
Charlie, yeah. Charlie says hello.
Okay, uh, so yeah, that's one of the discussions we often have here is like, what do we do with terrain? It's like it just keeps stacking up, and you have to. But especially in your case, I mean, some of the things you do are pretty much art pieces. It's not just it's not just a hill and a small building.
I have a lot of big buildings that are actually modular, so I can actually, put them in pieces.
Okay, actually, let me
But
bring them up so
yeah,
we can look at them while we talk.
yeah. Great, great.
Sick.
And you know, and another stuff is that actually my pieces are always for you know, game tables for a society that are playing D&D or Warhammer or stuff like that. So
Okay.
sometimes I have my pieces on the stores, yeah, directly. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So let's see. I'd like to pick one to begin with, and
Yeah, I send you a lot.
yeah, loads of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I'd like to start with this one, the inn.
Which one? Oh, that was the Whistling Stag Inn. Yes, my first commission, my first Italian commission, actually.
Okay.
This was a massive project, a massive project. This is a full playable building. It's 3 floors, totally playable inside.
So you
You
can take it
can
take
detach.
it apart and play in it and
Yes,
all
yes,
right.
yes. You can. It's made like you can take off the roof, for example, and play there. But also each single floor came apart. You can put them on the side and play basically all inside. That was a yeah. This is the bar, the tavern inside. Yeah, yeah. Look don't look the miniatures, please,
I mean, the
because
pictures look
they're
fine. Don't worry about it.
you know what? Also, the client asked for a full interior, so I need to do the walls inside and outside totally fine, finished. This was the kitchen, actually, the kitchen part, like that, something like that. And you see, there is a hatch,
Yes.
manhole, okay? And basically, in every piece that I make, actually, it's very important for me to have, always a hook for adventure and stories.
I
So
see. I
it's
got what you mean.
for me, it's very important. This is, I think, the 3rd floor. Yes, some bedrooms also inside. Yes, and
Okay.
this
It's
take for this is the okay, also the main room on the first
I'm
floor.
just flicking through them, but you don't need to talk about every single image in particular. So
Okay,
if you want
okay.
to just keep talking about something,
Yes,
don't
yes.
worry about it.
What was sorry? So I'm emotional and I'm very emotional because it's very a long time. I think it's more than 1 year that I'm not in a live stream now. It's more than 1 year, maybe 1.5 year.
It's okay. Relax. You're doing great. You're doing great.
This was actually a very long project, and also he asked for some specific stuff. For example, this winter condition.
Hmm?
So
In
that
fact,
was.
yes. Mike, hi, Mike. From this one videos, is asking. First of all, that he's saying that is an epic build. Yes, it is.
Mhm.
And how did you do the snow effects? What do you think is the best way?
For do the what which effect? Sorry.
The snow and the icicles and the
Yeah, this was actually this was the first time I was doing this kind of technique.
okay.
And basically, first of all, you need to froze all the building, basically, because you see all the tone of the building is very cold. In the beginning, it was totally no, a normal building. It was yellow and brown and just like that.
Okay.
So first of all, you do the frozen stuff, and with the white, from a distance, you start to spray a
With
little bit
with an airbrush
this
or
white
something, yeah.
all over the building, and that is very risky because if you do the wrong spray, you just ruin all the colors. It's very
I get what you mean, yeah.
yeah, you are very stressed when you are doing something like that. And then, okay, for the snow also was very difficult because I want to try this snow. It was very good because I tried this. I think they were from. I don't remember the brand. Maybe Army Painter was no from Army Painter, and but I mix it with some crystal snow in crystal, and
Okay.
some other stuff like baking soda and stuff like that. And I sprinkle like in a natural way all over the roof, and was with Mod Podge and stuff. It's very complicated, but also you can find a video about this, I think, somewhere in my channel, because it was a long process, several passages for having this effect outside. And the icicles was, this very simple technique with the hot glue gun, with
Okay.
transparent hot
Okay.
glue. Nothing special, just you do these drops and stuff, and you take the best and put there. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was already very useful because the first thing you mentioned about making the walls look colder by
Yeah,
spraying them.
the
That's
frosting,
something
yeah.
I had not thought about. I haven't had to make a frozen building yet, but I would never have thought about it.
I learned that from the terrain tutor,
All right.
Mel, the terrain tutor. Yes, he has a beautiful tutorial on this. He built this, um, was like a wooden outpost in the mountains, and he used this technique. It's great, but it's very difficult to handle because it's very risky. But uh,
But
I
yeah,
did it on the first shot, so yeah, I think it's quite good at the end. Oh, yes. But you
yeah.
know what? I never satisfied of any one of my pieces because all the time I'm thinking I should have more time. This is and but luckily I'm living actually like a triple life because I am a researcher, I'm a technician in a pharmacology lab, and I'm a father and husband in my first life. In my second life, I'm a music conductor, and in my third life, I am a crazy crafter. And luckily, I have no time for this hobby, so I need to focus and finish stuff very quickly.
I get what you mean.
And yeah,
I
because if not, it will take forever for me. I'm very, all the time you can add details and I will never finish anything. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
most of the things you do are very meticulous, and I can see where if you didn't say, okay, I'm going to stop here, you could probably keep going forever. I think that's a discussion I had with Garmin from the Storycraft Society a few weeks ago.
I love, I love him. I love him.
Yeah, I remember the video he did where he was reviewing the things in the Foam Modeler Society. He just your stuff just blew his mind.
Yes.
Okay, so Cross is saying, I know this building looks awesome because it makes me feel cold looking at it.
Yeah, but
Okay, and yeah, Lisa's saying, I always need more time for my builds. Oh, Steve, good to see you.
yes,
Okay,
it's
so
a, it's a curse.
let's jump forward a bit and go to another epic build,
Another,
the
okay.
White Rock
Okay,
Castle.
let's go for the other. Which one? Which one?
White Rock Castle.
Surprise me. Oh, of course, of course. This is a monster piece. This is a monster piece. And actually, just few days ago, I realized a video about my first Warhammer game table, which was with the 45 Manor by Games Workshop.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and that was in my first house. Okay, my first house as when I exit from my family, from my parents,
Got you.
and I moved because I get divorced one time, so I have what from the first marriage. Okay, I have the movement from that house, so I lose. I've lost all that terrain, exception for some pieces of the old Warhammer Fortress and the 45 Manor that you can see in the parts here in the White Rock Castle. You have the
Uh,
little house and the tower in the
okay,
front.
all right.
So I just saved those pieces because they were very rare. And from there, from there I start to build this monster, and actually it was very, very, very crazy and a madman because that was my first adaptation of something that actually was not like the rules, 45 manual, you have your instructions and you build it and that's
Yeah.
it. And that was my first conversion basically. And it starts grow and it never stopped basically. Luckily now I give it away, so I don't have any because in this moment maybe you can see it here growing again because it was constantly growing. Yes, it's a
Um,
monster.
how large was it? Because I can see the doors are still for 28 millimeter miniatures, and the
Yes.
doors look tiny.
Yeah, yeah, this is big. Actually, it was like you prefer imperial system or well,
No,
I just
centimeters. You know, the real system.
in centimeters. Okay, so basically, in that stage of growing, it was like 1 meter and 20, 1 meter and 20 large, 85, 89 centimeter deep, and like 70 centimeter tall high.
So that's a meter cubed of terrain.
Yes, a meter cube. Yes, yes, like that. There is the river in the middle. Also, it's very modular. The big tower was a nightmare for because I sculpt all these little bricks in a 20 millimeter scale, so they are very, very little. You cannot do piece by piece. It was a crazy journey, crazy journey. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it very much. Actually, yes.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
it takes sort of passion to, I've done bricks in 28 millimeter scale before, but on smaller surfaces, and it's doable. But on a, this is gigantic. It must have taken you ages.
Yes.
And I
It's
think those
it's a big.
are those plastic window pieces? Because I know that
Yes,
used.
yeah, because when I build for Warhammer stuff, for me it's very important that the players. Sorry. Ah, yes. I have a Gamble here also visiting. Just a moment.
Okay.
Oh, it's meowing meow meow all the time. Okay, sorry about that.
No
Yeah, when I
troubles.
when I build.
Pets are always welcome here.
Yeah, this is the problem. This is why I ask you, to have not so long, live stream. Not because I don't like it, but because it can happen everything. So I'm scared about that.
That's
uh,
okay. Don't worry.
no, I was saying when I craft for Warhammer and stuff, I like that the players have the sensation, the feeling that you are playing with official pieces. So when I can, I clone original
Mm.
pieces to have details that have the same flavor all over the piece. So basically, all these pieces actually it's very, very cohesive in the style and in what you are seeing basically.
I think it also makes sense because the effort it would take you to make all those windows by
Yeah.
hand, you could use it more productively, adding more towers or whatever. So it's a very
Of
sensible thing.
course, of course. When I can, I speed up the process all the time with molding and stuff because I'm actually a foam lover because since Jeremy from Black Magic Craft started with this universe of foam, you can see now the cloning stuff
Yeah.
and stuff with the resin. But actually, I use resin just for little details and stuff that will take forever to handcraft. So
Yes,
it's better
I
like
think we
that.
have a photo. Ah, yes, here.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So
It's a very sensible way
just
to do
it's
that.
about yeah. This is also you see basically uh, all this little matriculation that you see on the left that were hand carved. Then I come up with a jig with a new one that actually Giuliano Palladini from oh my god, from Greece.
Fantasy Labyrinth, I think. I'm not sure.
Fantasy Labyrinth is his brand, of course. It's my friend. We met all the time in Italy here, but actually we designed together this jig for make those manipulation in just few steps. And actually, I used it in my last commission that was the Warhammer Fortress also.
Okay.
Yes, but all this was hand carved, so it's take forever.
Yeah, I believe you.
A lot of pieces. Yes, yes. My God,
Okay,
but
Earth Membrick is
it's not.
saying you'll need to invite Karl over so he can teach you how to play Mordheim and play it using your terrain.
Mordheim, it's one of the next chapter in the channel because
Yes!
I will enter in that universe finally, actually, because I love the lore. I love everything about Mordheim, but I never played and I never do anything in my channel.
You're in
And
for
now it's
you're in for
coming.
a great time.
Yeah, it's actually coming a lot in the community. Again, it's like a new wave of more time. People are crazy because after the new Hero Quest exit, people start thinking maybe new edition and stuff. Now like it's like everything must be a redo. But for me, it's important to start it, and I'm studying actually the rules right now, and I will have some pieces for sure on the channel in the new season. So I can't wait for start. It's one of the many projects that I have in my mind for the new season. I love it.
I'm really looking forward to that because I love the aesthetic of Mordheim and I think you can really knock it out of the park.
It's great. I like it because it's totally in my mood, in my style. I like this grim dark stuff, and it's beautiful, just beautiful, nice. I can't wait.
Oh, speaking of Grimdark,
Which one? What?
this.
Oh, Skull Island. This has a beautiful story because it's one of the reason I started actually the channel.
Really?
Yeah, because this was a challenge. That there was the crafted forward box. I don't know if you are familiar
I
of
heard
that.
about it, but I think it's before my time, or I never
Yes,
really got connected to it.
it was DM Scotty that actually with people like John Suski that now unfortunately it's not anymore in the crafting stuff, and Vanessa V the crafting
Hmm.
news. They were doing this crafting box around America actually. So basically they have this box full of stuff for crafting and they just send it to a crafter.
Oh, nice.
This one must take something, build something with what was inside, put some of his property inside, and send to another crafter, and so on and so on. So this was actually I take the skull and the castle on the back was plastic one, and I converted in this piece, and that was my actually my payment for my my creation for the crafted for a box, and was nice because actually also this one is I like do conversions, so put together plastic
Oops.
pieces and foam and stuff. So for me was very very fun, and for me it's very interesting because also you have pieces already done, already made, and so it's very very fast. And look at the cage in the front.
Uh-huh.
This was MDF or hard cardboard, I don't know, cage from Ziterdes. And
Okay.
I wanted to be very very ruined, and I just crashed it in my hand. I remember that moment. It was like, and it was perfect. The effect was perfect, as you can see.
Yeah, it does look
Seems
the part.
consumed by the waves. Yes, yes.
Still,
Uh,
yeah, speaking of DM Scotty, he's done massive things to build and create this crafting community. So, yeah, great guy.
Crafting father
Yeah.
of the clan. Yeah.
Okay, Lawrence Davis is saying Leif at Devs and Dice makes some beautiful Mordheim terrain. Yes, he does. He's like the uh, Mordheim terrain champion as far as I'm concerned.
Nice.
Okay, let's try this. Let's see something before we go on to another castle. Let's look at these some traps.
Yes, you choose the Silent Tomb, Final Corridor. Yes, this is actually this is my secret passion. I like more of everything else. I like making little bits for dungeon and
I know it's so much fun,
more
isn't
than
it?
yeah, it's a lot of fun. So all the time I put all myself in creating, doors, traps, statues, furnitures, because actually this was the directly consequence of my passion for Hero Quest. When I
Of
played Hero
course.
Quest, was like I was very little, and all the time in each room I tried to put all the furnitures because like that was more real, no? And then I started to understand that I can create actually furniture and stuff. So that was totally, another world that actually fascinated me a lot. For me, it's the best part of our hobby. It's at least for me because um, I'm a, I'm actually a former DM,
Okay.
so like a retired one, also retarded, maybe retired one. I'm not DMing a lot lately, but I'm helping people, my friends that are DM with pieces and stuff. But for me, the best is actually look at this piece. This was actually for me. Every piece must have a story. He needs to tell a story by itself. You don't need a story. You already see the story on the piece. You
Yeah,
have a
totally.
tool, you have a tomb, you have a throne, you have a secret, a back door over there, you have the treasure, the statues, the maybe are traps and skulls and braziers and never it's never enough. And this piece also was very fun to build. I remember that it just take me. I love the journey of crafting. It's always a beautiful journey for me. It's never. I have sometimes I have a project in mind, just an idea,
Mhm.
and then just the journey. It's very interesting because uh, I I deviate all the time from the basic idea
Oh,
and all
100%.
the time.
But also in your case, like you mentioned, you're always experimenting with new techniques and new stuff, so it doesn't get boring. It's like, okay, I'm going to make another dungeon tile. I'm going to do it in exactly the same way I make every
No,
other dungeon tile.
all
Like,
the
no.
time. Exactly. For example, in this case, I was, the experiment in this piece was a couple of new stuff. The first one was for sure make my first stair
Okay, yeah.
ruined like that because I was copying the stair on the throne, the Mage Wrath throne that
Oh, okay.
is in the top. So
So,
I want to
so one sec. So the stairs just under the throne are plastic, and then everything else is foam, yeah?
exactly. This was my first attempt to do something very ruined and very. This is 28 millimeter scale, so it's quite difficult to make, believable.
Yep,
Let's say like that. And
totally.
the second was, I don't know if you can see it, but during in these walls around, for example, under the statues and stuff, you
Yes.
have this emblem, and I try to use the green stuff word roller, roller pins,
Hmm.
which one, that one that has, and then cut stuff and mold it and stuff. So it was very interesting. Also, the braziers are the first ones made with just a flickering candle light, this key
Okay.
light inside, nothing more. But was the first attempt, and that's it. And all the time something is new, just new, and the first time I try to do something
Yeah,
like that.
it keeps things fresh. I mean,
Always, yes,
seriously, look at
it's
that.
important. I don't like the routine, and this is also massive. You can count the tiles. It's a very big tile. Yes, it was actually a full room, throne room. Yes, full one. Nice. Yes.
Okay, Earthman Brick says this is a very nice trip. It's very Castlevania.
Yes. Oh, video games are always present in my inspiration. They actually, I try always. Still now that I'm 46, guys, I'm 46. Time flies. Damn it. But even now, I'm constantly playing. with my PS4, PS3. I don't have PS5 because I'm a poor guy. But but you know, Oblivion, Skyrim, Castlevania, Diablo, all the series of Diablo. These kind of games are my favorite, of course, and a lot of inspiration. Also, The Witcher, stuff like that.
Okay, so second. Okay, let's look at this because this is one of your kind of more engineering projects.
Yeah, this is the fusion tile system. Nothing original, actually, but it's a combination between a lot of techniques that I learned from, Wylock,
Hmm.
from Wylock Harmony. There is a lot of Jeremy, Black Magic Craft, and there is also Hero Quest in my fusion tile system. Now you see in this picture there are those are in MDF, and actually they are like that thanks to a collaboration to a friend, Alexander Perner from Dungeon of Fits, that is actually a German guy. And actually, he just transformed the initial idea that was actually in a graphics medium chipboard. And he just gave me this beautiful set in MDF that actually it's a life changer, because with this system you can put foam on the both sides, you can craft your tiles whatever you want, and you see all these little ovals. They are coming out, and they are the connection pieces.
Okay.
So basically, you can connect all the tiles, and they are basically like one. You are creating actually a dungeon that actually you can move and around the table. Is very accurate. This is the first idea. Those are in cardboard, of course. The connection,
Okay, it's
the
a
locking
prototype.
system.
Okay.
Yeah, and all this system can. It's very useful when you are using this tile dungeon crawler with tiles like that, because you can also create the sets before a set of many rooms or big maxi room. You connect them, you prepare them, and then you put them on the table in one moment. So it's very, very nice, and they are not also are not slippery on the table and stuff like that.
And I think you can make them two-sided as well. Yeah. So
Yeah, they are double. The first you see the green one was one side, and this one is the other side. So
yeah, because
basically
you
you
have to
have
have the depth for the theory.
you're in the center. You have always this piece that is removable, so you can use the depth of the tile. This is actually what is about my fusion tiles system. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of our friends, Lawrence Davis, is currently making his mega dungeon. I
Mhm.
think he's doing like 200 something tiles. He should totally do this.
200 tiles. Okay.
Yeah, something that we're waiting till when he's finished so that we can, I don't know, ask him to lay them all out on a garage floor or something so we can see what he's done.
Yes, of course.
Because I don't think he has a large enough table.
No, maybe I don't know. Now you need to play on the floor if you have such a big set. Of course.
Okay.
Sometimes in some big store you can add more tables, so you have beautiful big scenarios that are good for pictures and stuff. Yeah, this one is the Diablo entrance, because of course I was telling about my passion for video games.
Exactly, yes.
Diablo.
So I looked for this.
Yeah, Diablo is one of the best experience. Also, there is a lot of nostalgia in my
Oh,
crafting,
yes.
man. A lot of nostalgia. So basically, it's all about what was fun at that time, and I just want to bring it back all the time.
Yeah, I remember this
This is
series was very good. With the mana fountains and the stuff, everything. Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. I think I will do also some other pieces about the Diablo dungeon. Yeah. Also, I
Nice.
have yes, yes. Actually, I have a big project in mind for the Diablo dungeon, but secret. I cannot reveal
Okay.
it.
And also, speaking of video games, I think this was the one inspired by the Dwemer tunnels in Skyrim, yeah?
Yes, this is a set of tiles and walls that are actually interchangeable with pieces that you can take off and change. and was totally inspired by the Dwemer dungeon in Skyrim. And yeah, also those tiles are reversible, and it's just for immerse the players in in the right mood, stuff like that. Even if I don't like actually playing game thinking of a video game. This is not what I'm searching for, because all the time it's like the mind of the players is conditioned by the video games. This is not the aim. The aim is giving the right atmosphere, and the story basically is never the same of the video games and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but the thing is that I think when you're trying to create a mood or an idea of a place, video
Mhm.
game designers have already done it so much better, so you can definitely steal ideas from there without copying them.
Exactly. It's important to have your your crafting, let's say, your artistic idea, and then without copying, just put it on the table, maybe taking inspiration from other stuff. It's like that. Yeah, nice, nice.
Okay, so let's.
Karl, I have something to show you, also to show you to all the people, and
Okay, one sec.
you, you need to explain this.
Okay, so this was the subject of our very first conversation. I think it was 2017 or 2018.
I think 2018 or 2019 maybe also.
Oh, it's been a
Yeah.
while. I mean, I had commented a few times on your channel before that, but it was just comments, and then until I saw the threads on the tank that you built, and I have a terrible idea. So I made some threads out of cardboard, and then I think I remember I sent you a message asking if it was okay to use some clips from your video to show what I was trying to achieve.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
And you do actually this beautiful track. Yeah, the beautiful tracks, but it was a crazy job, man.
it,
Worse than shingles,
yeah,
but
just
very,
an
very good.
experiment. I only made a small one. Come on.
Yeah, but very, very, very nicely done. Very nicely done. I
But
remember that.
the,
So
then the,
basically, this is the symbol of our first meeting. Basically.
hey, a land raider. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's also an interesting way of how the crafting ideas move around because you did that, and then I did my threads, and then Earthman Brick, who's a smarter person than I am, made one and then just cast copies of it.
Yeah, nice. You know what? It's incredible how this community is very supportive and it's very inspirational. So actually, the ideas just continue evolving, and it's great that I like it very much about this community. It's very supportive, and that's it.
Oh yeah, for
Just
sure.
1 second, I want to ask my wife just to decrease a little bit the voice because she's in another call, but she's screaming. Just 1 second.
Okay, take your time.
Yeah.
Okay, hope everyone in the chat is doing great. Just a reminder that after the
Sorry
stream,
about that.
it's okay. I'm just reminding them that after the stream at 9:30 my time, so it's in about 2 hours, we're going to have the Halloween stream on Net1 Videos channel. So we can hop over to that after this. It's the after party for the stream.
Nice.
Okay, and Steven is saying, I never stole your idea. I never stole your idea, Karl. I recycled it. And was it saying you stole it?
All the crafting is about recycling.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
100%.
it's perfectly in line with the hobby, of course.
So
Nice.
let's see. One sec while I bring back the all the builds. I'm noticing that you didn't include many of your sci-fi builds here.
And not a single one, actually. Yes, well, my mistake. but that was actually uh, another refreshing stuff at some point in my channel. I just needed something new. And there was, because of this video that I saw, Eric's hobby workshop,
Another great channel, yes.
I like him very much. He has this strange New Yorker humor that I like very much,
Yes,
actually.
yes.
And he is a crazy man also, but yeah, I like very much his way to put it simple and in the same time very, very detailed, and
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
like it. Lately, he's doing actually very, very good on his channel about, the lore and the history and the documentary of the background story of the stuff that he's creating. I like very much that channel. I like very much.
Yeah, I mean it
And
is one of my favorite channels.
yeah, I have this a ritual every weekend. I have my subscription in YouTube, and I'm just waiting. Tick, 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 tick. I watch all the video. It's crazy. It's like being family. I don't know if you know the feeling. It's like we know each other. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I mean you watch someone long enough, and especially when I mean Eric is really good at replying to comments, for example, so he does have a lot of interactivity.
Yes,
It's not
yes.
like someone you just watch the video and whatever, because you can correspond with them.
Yes, it's very nice, and especially in this. I repeat myself, in this community, we are very supportive. We comment. We have suggestions. So it's I like it very much, and it's like, a happy island. Um, at some point, uh, it's like you need. I mean, in my case, I need it very much for detach myself from the stress. I think everybody does hobbies for that reason.
Totally, yeah.
But for me, crafting at some point actually saved my mental sanity, because I was very, very burnout for music and concerts and seasons, musical season stuff. So at some point, I just, I finished my rehearsal with the orchestra around 11 in the night. And then I come home and, okay, family, wife and stuff. And then maybe from 1 a.m. to 2, 3 a.m., I'm just crafting during the night. It's peaceful and very relaxing. I don't sleep very well. I don't sleep not very, very long, actually.
Okay.
I like sleep. I like to sleep, but I don't really sleep much time. So I have time for craft, and it's very relaxing, and it's fantastic. You have always the feeling that is a happy island, a happy space just for your mind, for your brain. I like it very much. It's a passion that I think will never stops for me.
I mean, in my case, I work in computer programming, so having the chance to do something with my hands is really important to me, kind of thing. And
Yeah,
if it wasn't crafting, I would probably be building other stuff, possibly.
I,
Uh,
I totally I totally understand, because for me, for example, I'm dealing with music that
mhm.
is actually an art, but is an art that you cannot touch.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a
So
good point.
so I think I needed something, to touch and to create the satisfaction to have in your hand something that you have done with your hands. I think it's amazing, just amazing.
There's also the thing that you have a goal, but you don't really have, in most cases, you don't really have a deadline or someone giving you specifications. It's more like you can freewheel and like you do your thing. Okay, if you have a commission, that's slightly different, but I think you can
Actually,
just
my
write your
friend,
class.
when I have commissions, one of the first condition
Hmm.
for me is having very, 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 very long timeline.
Oh, fair.
Very, 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 you know, I need all the time with my customers. I ask, okay, don't give me a deadline that is like this, because for me must be a passion, an hobby, a relaxed moment, even if it is a commission. So it's very. This is the reason why I don't have much commission. Oh, doors. I like doors.
Patelia joined us. Hi, Martin. Yeah, what was this project? Because that's a lot of doors.
This one was the very beginning of my Hero Quest 3D project.
Oh, okay.
And this was the very beginning. So you have open doors in the Hero Quest style, closed doors, so you just switch one to the other, just in the class, like in the classic game.
Okay.
And those on the left, bottom left, are just secret passages,
Okay.
that you have open on the walls. Yeah. Then you have hatches and stuff, manholes.
I think
Yeah, this was actually, this is what I prefer: little stuff and little furniture, doors. This is, for me, it's never enough. I have tons of this with these doors, a lot. Furnitures, you see, all in foam, and several of them now are in molds, so I can clone them in resin. But actually, I prefer redo them all the time
Really? Why
in
is that?
foam. Yeah, I like them. I
Ah,
like
just you
them.
enjoy the process of making them. Okay.
Yes, I like that. Yes. Again, my now Gamble is here. Oh my God, my animals.
No, it's okay. I mean, if you want to bring him up to say hello to everyone, no one will. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, Campbell. Ah, yeah. We love pets here.
Yes, yes, of course, I'm a pet lover. Of course, my wife also, but she loves the cuddling and going stuff, and I'm the one for food, for shit and stuff. It's always the same, I think, in every family. So that's it.
Okay, yeah. Lawrence Davis is saying, when I used to do commissions, I told customers that they could pick two of three: cheap, fast, or good.
For me, this doesn't work because I don't like, the cheap or the fast. I don't like doing stuff like that. I need to keep uh, a certain level of crafting, but this is just because of I feel guilty. I try to explain it because I have a bad English, guys. Sorry about that again.
No, your English is
But
you're doing fine. Your English is
I,
great.
this for me, it's an hobby, totally hobby. Okay, so when I got paid for some commission, it's like I have the feeling that I'm stealing money from people because I love so much doing that. For me, it's not a job.
It's like people are giving you
So
money to enjoy yourself. Yes, how does that?
but all the time I try to do the best, because if not, I feel like I'm robbing money. I like a thief. And so for me, cheap and fast doesn't exist when I do commissions. Exists when I craft for myself. For example, I have a lot of stuff. Not one of my building is at the diorama level. Not a single one is a diorama level. And this is also another point for the next season, because I will make something at diorama level.
Ooh,
uh, because I need to play. I need to have stuff. For example, for game session. This is kind of a deadline.
hmm?
In that case, it's like not. Uh, I'm not cheap. I'm not so fast, but all in the same at the same moment. All the time I was telling just a few minutes before the live stream to you that I'm never satisfied, because I know that I can do better, but I don't do that. So, oh, look, furniture. Those are from Ziterdes that I like
Okay.
very much, but I'm desperate about the shipping cost all the time. They have beautiful pieces. They are very cheap, actually, good and cheap, but the shipping costs are unbelievably high. So it's
Where do they ship from?
from Germany.
Oh, that's surprising. I
E-
thought from to
Even if,
Germany it wouldn't be that.
yeah, exactly. But I don't know if it is a company agreement. I don't know. but they have this shipping costs that are crazy. And yeah, it's a pity because they have beautiful pieces.
Yeah, I mean, it
Beautiful
does
pieces.
look, they do look awesome. Lots of
Yeah.
detail in there.
Yeah, beautiful resin, hard resin. Also, they have this hard foam lately,
Uh-huh.
and they have these buildings. For example, I did a Moss Hasley diorama with their pieces in hard foam, and they are great because you can cut them and modify them,
Oh,
and
nice.
they are very beautiful. And they just sent me a bunch of those pieces for this diorama, and yeah, they are good quality pieces. I suggest them, but the shipping costs are crazy, totally crazy. I don't like that.
Yeah,
Don't know.
hopefully that's something they can find a way around in the
Yeah,
future.
if they are listening, please decrease the shipping cost. Yeah.
And I mean, it's Germany. Like you could probably just drive up and get them
But maybe
yourself.
if I go by car, I spend less money to to take them because they are not so far away from here. Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's see this one. Okay, these look these columns look great. It makes it look a lot more delicate than it actually is.
Yeah, no, it's not delicate at all because it's actually it's in wood and it's very very reinforced inside. It's one of the modular pieces of the Eagle's Nest Castle
Okay,
that actually is the symbol of my channel. And it's totally modular. You see, it's also this one. It's another piece of the castle, so you can take it off from the castle and use it as just a single house.
that's a great idea. I mean, how did you design that? It's like, did you start with a castle and said, okay, going to cut it like this and like this and like that, or did it come as you were going along?
This one was a crazy project, and actually, I have a project in my hand. I just draw it, but then you just start cut pieces and then you adjust it as you go. So you have the idea. This one is the first one, the second one. Then you create the first shape. Then you take the main piece and you put it together. Then the second one, and it must be connected perfectly with the second, with the first, and it's like that. It's massive. This one is 1 meter and 35 centimeter tall.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a beast. It's a beast. And this is the symbol of my channel,
The one on your
my
logo,
logo.
yes.
Yes, because this was the first, episode step by step streaming about this project. It was a 10 episode crafting project, and involved me a lot of nighttime, daytime, fight with my family because I was always crafting, and yeah. And also, you see, it's not actually it's not a perfect piece. I will do it totally in a different way. But if you see it in the whole piece, uh,
Oh yeah,
it
for sure.
gives you a lot of inspiration.
I mean, even if you see this, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. It's important. If you see every single piece, it's a mess because you have different styles and stuff, and that is actually where, in the same way, we are building stuff in Italy like that. It's always a mess, but actually, when you have the whole together, you have this beautiful sensation of uh, something that is
I think this is a different one,
yeah,
yeah? Oh, no, it's the
yeah,
same one, yeah.
the same one. Yes.
Ah,
And this one,
it's further away, okay.
yeah, it's totally modular and it's full of room inside. I don't have many picture of that, but this is also why if you see it very accurately, it's not straight. It seems that it's actually a little bit like that because every single piece can be removed. So it's like
Jeez.
a big vertical dungeon, basically. Yeah. You see
Okay,
the miniature. The
yeah.
miniature is like that.
I, I just
Little mini.
I just want to point out to the people watching that that is a 28 millimeter miniature. So that's roughly an inch,
An inch, yes.
and that's a lot of tower.
Yes, yes. And also from the picture, you cannot see it doesn't give it justice because you don't. I also am not a good photographer, So I'm totally I'm a noob. It's a learning process, all the time. Also with the channel, it's always like that. My channel is just an attempt to enjoy with people what I'm doing. That's it.
No, it definitely does it. I mean, it's I love watching your videos, and I mean, to be honest, making videos has kind of become another hobby apart from crafting. So
Yes, 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 yes. I totally love it. So I love editing stuff. Now I'm improving also in editing techniques and stuff. So the new season, actually, this year that I have passed without, making new stuff on the channel, will bring to people something actually new on the channel. You will see the difference. You will see. It's a promise because uh, I learned a lot during this year. So, oh,
great.
schoolwork.
Yeah, sec. I just thought it was interesting to get these snapshots of your work in progress, of a work in progress, to see how you build things.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, this is totally also this was crazy. This was inspired by the Dark Cathedral in Diablo 2, and also this was the first attempt to do something with the LED light inside. So there is
Okay.
a system of lightning lights inside. Also, it's a full playable piece. You have one, two, three, four floors that are totally playable. No, actually five, because there is also the basement floor that is actually
There,
the
there's
last one.
there's a
You
basement too.
can take, yeah, there's a basement too, so you can take off all the floors and play on
Ah,
each single one.
I see that you've also got MDF pieces in there, and
Yeah,
what
there
is
are
the chimney?
the chimney is one of the remaining parts of the 45 manor.
All right. Okay.
Yes, that was the last bit remaining. Yeah.
Okay. And this is an interesting way of building up the spire on the.
Yeah, you see, this was a mistake because in the beginning I just created this little cone in a foam. It was totally shitty. So I just put it, these coffee stirrers
I got you.
for
All right.
for this beautiful stuff, and then you just use some paper tape,
To
scotch tape
to make it into
around
a
that.
full cone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then you
Yeah.
put shingles.
That's a good save.
Yeah, it wasn't actually yes. Yeah,
Hey.
a lot of my projects have this, plan B, the classic plan B for saving stuff.
Okay. Hi Stefano from Chimera Gaming. He just joined us.
Oh,
Another Italian
Stefano!
crafting. Italian
Ciao
crafter.
compatriota, mio compatriota.
The thing with this kind of thing is the plan B is that I think that's what really separates a good crafter from a great crafter. It's not about knowing all the techniques and stuff, but or having all the great ideas. It's like, okay, you're the master of a technique when if something goes wrong, you know how to fix it or
Yeah.
to work around it.
For me, a good crafter does that. A great crafter mm, that doesn't make mistakes like that. No,
Or maybe a
no,
great
no,
crafter makes you
no,
think he
no,
doesn't
no,
make mistakes.
no, 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 no. I totally got your point. You got the point. Actually, it's very important, that the process continues. And it's always a problem solving process. So you you can have the best projects on paper or in your mind, but you will always meet some problems, some difficulties, and it's very important that these problems, these uh, stops, they don't stop the crafting and the creative process. So you need to solve and continue, so the work continues, and you are not stuck in that. It's just a matter to all the time to make the first step. You make the first step and go on and go on. And if you have some problem, just try to solve it in some other way. But don't continue just because you are spending too much time in the mistake. You know what I mean?
Yes, okay.
If the mistake is too big, just stop it and
Find a different
redo
plan.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Still, the whole mistake thing, I think, is important. It's important to show people that yeah, mistakes happen and it's okay, because I think when you're teaching or when you're coaching someone, it's important to let them know that.
Yes, and this is another stuff that is it's changing on my channel, because as a noob, as a YouTuber noob, as a uh, just someone that is not a YouTuber, you tend to just show the final product and the final stuff like it's never it's happening and everything is perfect.
Yeah.
But in the new season, I will show you a lot of these mistakes and stuff, because for me are very important. And actually, that was missing, not totally. Sometimes I show some of my experiments that are failing. A lot of them are failing, but I think in the new season I will show more of mistakes, more of problem solving, because it's much more interesting in someone that is actually looking at something that is not a diorama, for example, because
Yeah.
I'm not creating the final piece that is perfect, so beautiful, just for itself to see. But for me, it's important the creative and the crafting process. So I will show more in detail also the failure and the problem solving stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's because there's a lot of useful information in there. Okay, more pictures of this dark cathedral.
Yes, yes. I like that. Also the external garden.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like give some flavor to the external, not just the building itself, because um, I don't like this building that are perfect for modular tabletop gaming. So they have just the house. You put the house wherever you want.
Hmm.
But I like to have also around the house some
A bit
details.
of context kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I like the context of the buildings. And you see the red light, it's
Uh-huh.
coming from inside.
Yeah, it
This was
does look
totally
very menacing.
inspiring. Yes, yes, like in the first Diablo, Diablo first edition, there was this red light exiting from the cathedral. So that
Oh,
was inspiring.
I see some milliput there, I think, or some dust clay. Not sure which one. Which one? Round the left hand side.
No, no, milliput. No, no.
Here,
Where?
on the left hand side next to the skull, it looks like it's been.
No, no, the skulls are just jewelry
Not the
stuff.
skulls. The corner next to the skull, it looks like it's been covered over in some putty or some clay or something.
Yeah, maybe there is some stucco stuff like that, maybe.
Okay. So to build around the corner, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, was yeah. Now I remember. Yes, yes. No, I can see now because I have this part of my phone that is closed.
Oh,
Okay. No, yeah. That was not milliput, but was like hard dry clay.
okay.
Hard dry
Like
clay.
dust or
So
something like that, I guess.
yeah,
Okay.
like dust, exactly dust. So I just cover the junction between the corner and I cut the little stuff to hide it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, yes. Nice. The
Oh,
dark
here it
cathedral.
goes.
And yes. And now it's also white, so you see in transparency also a little bit the red, but then when it was black was perfect because you have the red just from the windows.
I think we have a photo of that. You have a lot of little gargoyles and stuff. I mean, you've
Yes,
got all these little details in it, which really make it stand
yes,
out.
yes, a lot of them, never enough.
The shingles.
Shingles totally, yeah, also. Oh my God, I was totally crazy about that. Those are in foam. They are quite big. This is a 35 millimeter scale, so it's
Okay.
even bigger. than the last one. And I hate shingles.
I know, right?
Oh my God. I mean, sometimes it's like a cathartic moment. You just detach yourself from reality. But at some point, it's like, oh, when I can paint them, I cannot continue. It's always like that.
Yeah, sometimes in our Discord hangouts and stuff on Dungeon Matron server, we sometimes Cross and I, especially from campaign training, and I usually get into that argument like, Cross, dude, why are you killing yourself cutting millions and millions of individual bricks?
My God.
And then a week later, he'll be like, Karl, aren't you going crazy just describing the bricks one by one? I mean, drawing the bricks one? And we don't have a final answer to that. I mean, we're still, I think 2 years on, we're still arguing about that.
It's something, there is something masochistic about that, I think. I don't know.
I mean,
Or-
whichever way you do it, you're going to suffer one way or another.
yeah, but you know, lately it's even worse because I started to make a roof out of coffee stirrers, very little pieces.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you need to cut them, and they are very hard to cut. Also, but at the end, the result is beautiful.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
okay, worth it. It's worth it. Yeah,
I mean, this
that's it.
this looks magnificent.
Yes, Darkatido. Yeah. Now it's 4 or 5 years since I created this one. My God. Also, this floor it was in 45. These are 1 inch tiles, but they are put in 45 stuff like one by one.
Okay.
They are not carved.
Uh,
Just put it. I remember that. My God, a lot of time spent there. And yeah, you see there is an Hero Quest altar there,
mhm.
and you just remove the floor of the altar, and inside you have the batteries for the LED lights.
Okay.
Yeah, was there.
I'm just thinking.
Nice.
I'm just thinking right now because Italy has a very large number of really skilled people who make nativity scenes.
Yes, nativity scene.
Recipisti.
Presepi. Yeah, presepi.
Is it something that
Correct.
you like, is that kind of crafting something that you can use here, or is it too much towards a diorama? What are your thoughts on that?
Allora, I have several pieces, for example, wells and stuff
Hmm.
that you can use on presepe, on nativity scenes. The level of nativity scenes crafters in Italy, presepisti, it's unbelievably high. You have people that basically they can work on movie scenography
Yeah, I
for
mean,
understanding.
sometimes when I see the photos, it's like this is the photo of the place, this is the photo of the model. It's like,
Totally believable, as real.
yeah,
And the level is it's unbelievable. Actually, I like to follow them because you learn a lot of techniques,
yeah, for sure.
and not mm, trust me, my friend. Those are not difficult techniques. Totally, they are the same that we are using. It's just a matter of time that you're spending in and
Of course.
the education and stuff. But for me, the hobby is also having something to play. For nativity, also diorama stuff, the aim is just to have something beautiful to watch, basically. Okay, so you can make something so beautiful and play on it, but all the time you will be like, no, don't scratch it, don't
Don't put your
touch
miniatures in
it,
there.
don't put your miniatures there. Yeah, but I never create anything for nativity scenes, but actually there is a lot to learn about techniques and stuff. It's unbelievable, and I think that's the beautiful part of each art in general.
Yeah,
When you have always a master, you have always someone that is much higher, and you just put your head down and just learn. Try to absorb as much as you can.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
Okay, Haiku the GM just joined us.
Hi,
Let's see.
welcome to Karl Makes Stuff.
Oh, okay, this one. So this one is this the basement of the cathedral thing, or is it part of your dungeon?
Okay, listen this. This was actually one of the latest project that is called the Darkest Dungeon.
Ah,
But
yes, right.
yeah, but I had it in mind exactly starting from the Dark Cathedral. So actually, this is what you find in the cathedral when you open it. You have a passage, and then you exit, and this is the first sub level of the cathedral that I represent as of course tiles and dungeon stuff. And for me, this is what I love. I make these beautiful, underground environments.
It's like making your own Hero Quest board kind of thing with all the.
All the time. It's like you have this like how it's called in English. I don't know. It's like you are traumatized as a children, as a child. You are traumatized, and you repeat the trauma all the time. I was totally in love with the Hero Quest, and all the time I'm just making more and more of that.
Yeah, it's kind of like it sticks with you from when you're little, and as you get more resources and more skills, then you just keep making more elaborate
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. You just okay. Now I can do that, so I will do that. Now I will do that because I cannot before. Now I can, and so on. This is the stairwell. Yeah, the stairwell was a project very fun to build. Actually, it can be used also as a book nook because you can put it, against the books, stuff like that. And also actually, this is a 5x5 or 4x4, maybe 4x4 tiles. So it's very little, but you have a full story, vertical story.
Hmm.
So you have, the cellar passage, a couple of mystery doors that brings you in different levels. You have details, you have scrolls with the rat, you have candelabra and stuff like that. And always pictures of the minis far away because the minis are not
Ah,
well
come on,
painted.
they don't look that bad.
From distance, no, for sure.
I mean, they are painted, which is better than most of my miniatures. So
Nah, trust me, I have also a lot of miniature not painted, of course. Yeah.
let's see, because I think we do have some of your minis closer up, which are
No, I hope I don't you don't have my minis.
they're good. Come on, where'd they go?
Oh,
I'm sure they were here for a second ago. It was one of the towers. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Which is also another mega project, by the way.
which one? Ah, okay.
Okay, this one.
Oh,
I mean, they look fine.
those,
It's a goblin army. It looks enormous.
this actually these are from my first Warhammer collection. So they are the very first minis that I have ever painted. So they are trust me, they are totally shitty painted.
But they are painted.
Yeah. Yeah. At least they are painted. There are a lot of painted ones. Yes, and this also was my last commission, and was for an English lawyer.
Okay.
The task specifically for a Warhammer Fortress, a revisitation of the old Warhammer Fortress, and and this is the combination between White Rock Castle and
Jeez.
the Warhammer Fort. Yeah, this is 1.5 meter large for I think 1 meter long. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's totally modular, and this was for a big gaming session in Varese,
All right.
where I Yeah.
I mean, this is a great example of modularity done right.
Exactly. You see the pieces of the White Rock Castle here and there, towers and the main entrance of the Warhammer Fortress and stuff. So yeah, this is big.
It is big, big.
And this is actually
Just the
the
tower
last
on
one.
its own, yeah?
And this one actually is full of also resin parts because I needed to finish it before moving, before the movement.
Uh-huh.
So I was not happy. I was happy about the final result, but I don't enjoy so much the process of building this because I was too stressed, too much
Of course,
stressed.
I mean, you've got the time limitation and, I mean, and
Yes, yes.
moving is a stress on its own, so yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, I have this, bad memories about the process of building this one. But you see, it's full of statues on the walls that are cloned in resin, basically, and all the time these windows for Warhammer flavor all the time. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. QDGM is asking if she's ready to upload pictures to the Halloween challenge. No, you're not too late. Please go ahead and drop them in the Google Drive. Okay, I was actually going to ask you, in fact, because you mentioned that you like to make things which if you're building for Warhammer, you want them to look like they belong to the Warhammer range.
Mhm.
And I was thinking, like, do you ever take inspiration from, if not for the details, for the structures from the architecture in Italy? Because you do have some magnificent castles and forts and towers there.
Yeah, I actually no. I'm not taking inspiration directly from their buildings, but I have these memories and stuff. I have my uh, you know uh, how can I call it? It's like I formed my mind during the years. So basically, it's something that is in my DNA, and
Okay, I get you.
it's like that. At this point, it's just like that. Yes. Okay. My wife is just recalled me that we need to go for dinner.
Okay, so I will not hold you any longer, Max, and thank you so much for joining us. Uh,
It was a blast, Karl. Thanks a lot.
it,
Thanks a
it,
lot.
it was a
Thanks to everybody.
it was a pleasure to talk to you, and hope if you like, sometime we can probably do this again, but do the stream in Italian if you like.
Oh, okay.
All
Why
right?
not?
I mean, whenever you
Yes, of
like, I
course.
mean, we can talk about it.
Great.
Okay, in the meantime, for everyone else, in about an hour, we'll be moving on to Net One Video's Halloween stream, which I'm going to drop the link in, and we can let Max go on his way because otherwise we'll get him in trouble. Okay, thank you again,
Thanks
Max,
a
and
lot.
it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. And thanks everyone for watching,
Great.
and goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.